What's up, guys? We are back with another Beatbox reaction video, and today we have 8 more Beatland wildcards here. We have 6 solo wildcards and 2 loop station wildcards. So just like yesterday, all these artists featured here are elite level. So these are probably going to be crazy wildcards here, just like yesterday. So I did a little bit more research into the competition itself. Appears that the prize pool is quite large, actually, but I think it's cryptocurrency, so I don't really know much about that world. Don't know how people feel about that going into it. Yeah, so hopefully that turns out okay. I know that's like an odd area for a lot of people, so yeah, well, I guess we'll just find out to see how that one goes. So anyway, looking forward to these wildcards a lot. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Honestly, just like all the Grand Beatbox wildcards, this is like the highest level you can get. So yeah, looking forward to these ones a lot. So anyway, without further ado, let's just get right into these wildcards.
This is Jen from Canada, and this is anyways.
What's up? This is Den from Canada, and this is my Beatland Beatbox Battle Wildcard 2023. When the lights go out, we break free, and there is nothing in this world we can't be. When the lights go out, we bite and peep, and there is nothing in this world that can keep you from me. Thinking about a go out, bottom pin, and premise in this world we can't live. When the pipes go out, we pray, creep, and there is nothing in this world that can keep you. Lights go out, bottom me, and there was nothing in this world that can keep you. Go out inside of me, from me.
Nice. All right, so that was Den's wildcard. Yeah, I pretty much got it, what I expected out of Den, although some slight differences in what I'm used to hearing from Den in this one. Obviously, he's still very musical in this overall style, and his basses are very standout, heavy, but yeah, just like the ending there added a couple more sounds that I haven't really heard from him before, that like, but his is a lot more crisp and clean, obviously, but really solid wildcard from Den. I like that one a lot. Also, I really appreciate the you know, I go back and say, like, when he did his BBU stuff, obviously the production for that was a lot better, but this one was more like old school kind of like filming, you know, like you're just in your bedroom with the raw audio. I really appreciate that from this wildcard. Not much mastering in the audio at all, so came out a lot more natural sounding, I guess. Yeah, very solid wildcard from Dan. Definitely in the wheelhouse that I expect from him. but yeah, liked it nonetheless. So let's move on to the next wildcard.
My name is Lennard, and this is my wildcard for the Beatland Battle Loop Session category. Let's go!
Man, he's the king of the house music. Oh, those snares.
Damn, too much put in your pants. 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 Alright. Damn, too much put in your pants. Are you ready? Damn, too much put in your pants.
Oh, that's heavy.
Damn, too much put in your pants. Damn, too much put in your pants. Damn, too much put in your pants.
Loved it. So sick, man. So good. So complete sounding as well. Yeah, you could barely like pick apart the individual construction of that loop station. It just felt and sounded like a full-fledged track. I think he's using the MK2 again here, which he's proven that he's an absolute beast on that MK2 device because he's been using the MK1 for a long time. But yeah, king of the house music for sure. Unmatched energy. No one can compete with him in terms of like the energy. Maybe a few people. He had a good battle with Freedom, which is another one of those guys who has like endless energy. But yeah, enjoyed this one a lot. Man, I love his style. I think he has one of my favorite styles on the loop station. Everything I hear from him is definitely in my wheelhouse of what I love to listen to on the loop station. He never really strays away from that. Every once in a while, I remember watching him in like the early days, like a couple of years ago. He had more diversity in his style then, but now he kind of like came into himself in this really heavy house kind of style with all his tracks that he's doing, and it just works so well because of the energy that he has. And yeah, I love this track. I love the underlying like snare, the oh my god, it just fits so well with the track. Yeah, I loved it. I loved everything about this wildcard. I can't imagine him not getting in. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So let's move on to the next wildcard.
Hey guys, my name is Sashe. This is my solo wildcard for the Beatland Beatbox Battle 2023. I hear you telling me need to slow down, you and me, to sit down and burn.
Dude, that snare is really good. Really unique.
And you could see me there right now.
Wow, that one's very surprising. Yeah, I haven't heard this guy very much. I think this might be the second or third time I've heard him. Yeah, this wildcard here kind of gave me the vibes of like Antilt and Dudes, like a combination of those two and their styles. If you guys kind of get that vibe, that's what I got from it. But yeah, it kind of kept that tempo very slow through the entire track, which I liked. Like the nature of it was very simple, but the kind of sounds that he was doing was very complex, if that makes sense. Very difficult. They had a really interesting snare throughout that entire routine, which I really liked. And all special sounds came out very clean. So yeah, very solid wildcard. Very unique wildcard. And yeah, very unexpected, because I haven't heard this guy very much at all. So I didn't really know what to expect coming in. So that one was very surprising how good it actually turned out to be. So very solid. I think his name was Sashe, he said. Shout out to him. Very underrated, I think. Probably not known very much. Don't know where he's from. But very solid wildcard. So let's move on to the next one.
ABA, I hope you're all doing good. This is my track Feel Human. It's still a work in progress, believe it or not, after a year. But it's also a wild card for the Beatland battle. And I hope you guys enjoy.
Make me feel human.
And everyone coming in with those crazy snares today. What the hell?
Turn back time.
Dude, this sound design is so good.
Make me feel human. Make me feel human. Make me feel human. Everything I say, I spy. All those things I try to hide. Everything I say, I just gotta do. Teach me how to feel. Please let it be real. Oh, make me feel human.
Really good, man. That was so good. Alright. Alright, so that was KBA's wildcard. Big fan of KBA, obviously. Been listening to him for a very long time. I think the first time I actually heard him was the online championships back in 2020. He had a really sick battle against Dice back then. But yeah. This one was really good. Like I said, like throughout the video, the sound design was perfect. The pacing was on point. Just kind of like Lennard's. When you're really like listening to the track, you can't really pick apart. You know, when like you're constructing a loop station round, sometimes you can like hear the individual sounds, and sometimes maybe they're not constructed in a way where it sounds kind of fluid, but that's not the case with KBA. Every time he constructs something, it's so fluid. It almost sounds like a actual track, which is obviously what he's probably going for. And he did a very solid job with that, I think. But yeah, he's on a whole other level, I think. I said the last time when he did his producer wildcard, I felt like he was kind of like above everyone else, kind of like in the future. And yeah, I still kind of get that vibe from him here. Again, he just, yeah, he understands the looping quite well, I think, maybe more than some other people. And it really shows with what he does, honestly. So I don't really know much about the loop station itself. Obviously, I say that a lot. So he thinks this is a work in progress. Just by listening to it, I don't really know what more he can add to make it better. It feels pretty complete to me. So I don't know. Maybe take that as feedback. But obviously, you're a looper. KBA is a looper himself, so he can always, you know, perfect his craft a little bit more. But yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. I think it's pretty complete from a viewer and listener perspective who doesn't loop at all. So anyway, so I'll drop from KBA. Can't expect a world where he doesn't get through, but I guess we'll find out. So anyway, let's move on to the next wildcard.
Yo, what's up? This is Remix from South Africa, and this is my wildcard video for the Beatland Beatbox Battle 2023. Let's go.
I'm feeling trapped like there's no way out. Caught in the cycle of this round. Lost in the darkness, can see the light. There's no turning back, I'm in for the fight. There's no turning back in my past. Been in the moment, try to make it last. Well, they not tied to what I have. No turning back, I'm on the right path.
Nice, man. Wow. Dude, everyone is leveling up so much. But yeah, that was Remix's wildcard. Yeah, we listened to him a lot recently. I liked his GBB wildcards a lot. I love watching, man, like... Remix is so sick, like, in terms of, like, his style. Like, when we first came onto the scene, he was probably, like, had one of the more, like, crazy battle-esque kind of style that he carried through with, like, everything he did. But, you know, looking back at his, like, when he first came into the scene, I said this a lot of the times, but, like, he didn't really have everything fleshed out. He kind of came off a little bit more spammy, but it's just because his sounds were so incredibly unique and powerful that it kind of, like, was forgiven a little bit. But now, like, as he progresses naturally as, like, a beatbox artist, he kind of has everything coming together, and now you see him like this wildcard where he's actually, like, producing well fleshed out musical tracks with his, like, heavy basses, and yeah, he's just so unique and incredibly talented as a beatbox artist. You know, like, the very first beginning part reminded me a lot of Den, like how he's able to, like, turn his basses into melodies almost. And yeah, I just thought that was a really sick wildcard from Remix. I like this kind of style that he came in with, a little bit more musically oriented than I'm used to hearing from him, because I think that's, like, kind of like a natural progression of, like, what he's turning into as a beatboxer. Yeah, you add, like, that kind of talent to Remix, man, he's gonna be something crazy in the future, I think. Yeah, I always knew he would be, like, the first time I heard him, just because he still has and will always probably have, like, top 5 bass in the scene. Also, man, like, what the hell? Like, mixing in that double voice with, like, the cat squeak sound that he does. Like, sheesh, bro. Like, chill. Like, that's nuts. But anyway, let's move on to the next wildcard.
This is Kifan from Indonesia, and I want to win Beatland Beatbox Battle 2023.
All the pain I felt to the blood, till it fall into the sky. It can bring me back to a time when I lost my girl's life. Painful. Okay. Now bring it.
Ooh.
You will not understand all this because this thing is so painful. You can prove that you can get this because this thing is so painful. Painful. Here we go. Painful. Because up is up. Because up is up. Here we go. Because up is up. Painful.
Damn. Alright, so that was given. You know, this wildcard reminded me a lot of the 2 wildcards that he did for the GBB recently. And yeah, before then, it's been a long time since I last heard given, and I said that he leveled up incredibly from his Grand Beatbox Battle wildcards, and yeah, he's just kind of carrying over that kind of intensity and complexity that he had from his GBB wildcards into this one. Not too many new things in terms of, like, sounds and, like, sound design and, like, combinations and whatnot from him. Very similar to what he did for the Grand Beatbox Battle, but this is another entire competition in itself, so, you know, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And also, that's just his style overall. But yeah, his technicality is absolutely crazy. This round would have played out very well if it was used in a battle, I think. So yeah, if he makes it through, Probably might be a little bit of an underdog maybe going in, but definitely someone to watch out for if you do end up battling him. So anyway, moving on to the next wildcard.
Oh, miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Please be prepared. I won't miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Just be aware. I won't miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Be prepared. I won't miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Be aware. I won't miss you when you're I won't miss you when you're
Spit snare combos, man.
Please be prepared. I won't miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Just be over.
Whew. Wow.
Yeah.
Nuts. God, the complexity in that is just on a whole other level. You know, I think like obviously when people think of Hippy and you listen to Hippy, obviously standout's going to be his basses for most people. But man, I think for me, since I heard it so much, obviously it's crazy and I still like it every time I hear it. But man, that little complex like spit snares that he always adds like in between his basses. Obviously it's like there in the forefront, but man, I think that goes under the radar sometimes of how complex that actually is. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Jeez, like I don't know how he does it, man. So nuts. But yeah, Hippy kind of carrying over again, like the last artist we just listened to. Given pretty similar to what we heard from him in the previous rounds of the Grand Beatbox battle, but again, its own individual track. Has a little musicality flair on top of it, and has everything that we'd want to hear from him and everything that he does so well mixed into that track itself. So very solid job from Hippy. Crazy complexity, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what he does in the future and how he develops as a beatboxer, because he's already so crazy with his own unique kind of style. So let's move on to the final wildcard here.
Joy, bring back bathroom acoustics. All right, let's go.
Okay.
I know that you like me, but I don't really care. Denying me was too much. Now look at you here. Yeah.
Oh, crazy layers.
I know that you like me, but I don't really care. Denying me was too much. Now look at you here. But I don't really care. Denying me was too much. Now look at you here. Thanks.
Wow. All right, man. That was definitely the best routine I've heard from Balistix. I've heard him quite a few times now, but that one was like on a whole other level. It felt like he went in really hard with that. I don't know if he came up with this routine for this individual wildcard itself, but I don't know if he had this like in the back burner somewhere or he's done it somewhere in the past, but this one was definitely that was definitely my favorite that I heard from him. Like the intensity that he held through that entire routine there. Yeah, you know, at the beginning it kind of gave me like big man vibes, but yeah, it kind of developed into like his own kind of style as it progressed further. So, oh my god, that was absolutely crazy. Yeah, definitely the best I heard from Balistix. Yeah, very surprising. You know, he's always been very good, but I think like I think this is probably the best that I've heard from him so far. Honestly, in my own opinion. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this, other than absolutely crazy wildcard from Balistix. Can't imagine this one not getting through just because how crazy intense it was and how good it was. Imagine hearing that like in a live stage in a battle. I think that would have been a crazy like second round like finisher against like an elite beatboxer. I know he battled Napalm before. Imagine if he used that one against Napalm. I think that would force Napalm to use his best stuff, I think, obviously. But anyway, sick wildcards here today. Yeah, crazy stuff. This competition's definitely proving to be as crazy and as intense as the Grand Beatbox battle, and also a very large prize pool as well. So yeah, I think people are going to come in guns blazing for this one. So anyway, if you enjoyed everything you heard, you enjoyed the artists that you heard in this video, links in the description to their channels, links in the description to their videos. Go leave a like on their videos, go sub to their channels. If you want to support me, you can leave a like on this video, you can sub to my channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next Beatbox reaction video.